Dear students, welcome to the science class. So in the last class we were discussing about the exercise questions in the gravitation topic. Up to 12 question we solved the exercise. So today we are going to discuss the remaining questions. So let us consider the question number 13. See here, a ball is thrown vertically upward with a velocity of 49 meters per second. Calculate first the maximum height to which it rises. Second, the total time it takes to return to the surface of the earth. So let us consider here. This is the surface of the earth, right? So this is the surface of the earth. From the surface of the earth, a ball is thrown in the vertical direction. Thrown in vertically upward direction like this. In this direction it is thrown with an initial velocity of 49 meters per second. Initial velocity of 49 meters per second. So what we have to calculate here? We have to calculate the maximum height to which it rises. So if we check here, if the ball is thrown from here, it is going to reach this maximum height. So we have to calculate the maximum height which is reaching at this point, up to this point. So we have to calculate the height here. And in the same manner, what we have to calculate? We have to calculate the time it takes to return to the surface of the earth. So if it is throwing from here, from this point, it is reaching this maximum height, again it is returning in the same path to this point. So we have to calculate the total time taken by that ball, right? That ball from reaching to maximum height and returning to the surface of the earth. We have to calculate that time. So what we have to calculate here? We have to calculate the time is equal to question mark and we have to calculate the height is equal to question mark. Right? Now if you see here, what is height here? Height is nothing but it is the distance traveled by the ball from initial point to this maximum height. So here we can take total height is equal to, it is nothing but the total distance covered by the ball after throwing in the vertical direction up to reaching the maximum height, not up to returning, up to reaching the maximum height. So here we can take the total distance covered as S. So S is nothing but what? It will be equal to H. So first we are going to write down the given data, then we are going to find out the each answer for each question. Answer for each question. So first given data, that is nothing but the initial velocity. The initial velocity. Initial velocity of the ball, which is equal to how much? Of the ball, which is equal to 49 meter per second. 49 meter per second. Right. Now see here. After the reaching the maximum height, what will be the position of the ball? What will be the state of the ball? Is it going in the movement in the upward direction, or it is going to fall in the downward direction, or it is going to stay there for some seconds or period of time? After reaching the maximum height, it is going to stay there. After that, it is going to fall again. So after reaching the maximum height, the velocity of the ball will be equal to 0. Ball will be equal to 0. So that therefore the final velocity of the ball is equal to how much? It is equal to 0 here. So the final velocity of the ball is nothing but V, which is equal to 0, since at maximum height V will be equal to 0. If it is thrown from the ground, if you are throwing the ball from the surface towards the earth, then the initial velocity will be equal to 0. Initial velocity will be equal to 0 at this point. Right? If the ball is falling from this point towards the ground, then initial velocity will be equal to 0 and final velocity is going to change. In the same manner, if the ball is thrown in the upward direction, here the initial velocity will be maximum. After reaching the maximum height, the final velocity will be different thing. Right? Therefore, V is equal to how much? It is equal to 0. So next, the initial velocity we know that, the final velocity also we know that, but we also know the acceleration due to gravity. The acceleration due to gravity. That is nothing but what? It is G, which is equal to what? G, which is equal to 9.8 meter per second square. 9.8 meter per second square. It is a universal constant for Earth, so that is not going to change. Now if you see here, the direction of the motion is the upward direction, but the direction of the gravitation force will be in downward direction. So the acceleration due to gravity is acting opposite to the direction of the motion. So that we are going to take the acceleration due to gravity as negative value. So it will be minus 9.8 meter per second square. It will be equal to what? It will be equal to minus 9.8 meter per second. Right. So like this. Now if you see here, why we are taking this as minus, since the direction of the motion and the direction of the gravitation force both are opposite, for that reason we are taking it as minus 9.8 meter per second. So what we have to find out here? We have to find out the maximum height. We have to find out maximum height of the ball, which is equal to what? Which is equal to the distance covered, which is equal to the total distance covered. That is nothing but S is equal to H. S is equal to H. And we have to calculate total time taken. We have to calculate the total time taken for reaching the surface of the earth. For reaching the surface of the earth. So that is nothing but T is equal to quotient mark here, which is nothing but T is equal to quotient mark. Right. So this is the given data. Now again you have to analyze again. Why? We have three formulas. That is nothing but one formula is V is equal to U plus Gt. Second formula is 2As equal to V square minus U square, and S is equal to Ut plus half At square or half Gt square. Here to Gs. Right. So if you see here, we want to calculate the S, that is nothing but the height. For that height we have two formulas. One is 2Gs, another one is S. If you see here, G value we know, V value is given, U value is also given. So that we can use this formula. If you want to use this formula, we will require time. So we don't know the value of the time. For that reason, if you want to use this formula, first you have to calculate the time, then you have to use this formula. Or else directly use this formula, since G is known value, V and U is also known value. For that reason, I am going to use this formula. Therefore, 2Gs is equal to, or you can say that V square equal to U square plus 2Gs. That is nothing but which is equal to V square equal to U square plus 2Gh. Since S is equal to what? It is the maximum height. Therefore, V's value is equal to how much? It is equal to 0. U value is nothing but what? It is equal to 49 square plus 2 into 9.8 into H. Since 9.8 is minus 9.8. Therefore, 49 square is equal to how much? It will be equal to 2401. 2401 plus, or plus into minus, it will be minus. Right. 9.8 into 2 is equal to how much? It is equal to 19.6 into H. So if you want to take the H, unknown value is one side and known value is one side. Therefore, if you take ds minus into this side, LHS side, it will become plus. So it will be 19.6 H, which is equal to 2401. Therefore, H is equal to 2401 divided by 19.6. H is equal to how much? It is equal to 2401 divided by 19.6. If we calculate this value, you are going to get 122.5 meters. Therefore, H is equal to how much? It is equal to 122.5 meters. So this is the maximum height reached by that pole. Reached by that pole. So this is the maximum height. Right? Which is equal to 122.5 meters. If we calculate those things, you have to get the value. Next, what we have to calculate? We have to calculate the time taken. Total time it takes to reach the surface of the earth. To reach the surface of the earth. So first we have to calculate the total time taken for reaching this, from this point to this point, again from this point to this point. So we have two formulas. One is V equal to U plus Gt. V equal to U plus Gt. Another formula we have that is nothing but S equal to Ut plus half Gt square. Gt square. Either you can use this formula or you can use this formula. So I am going to use this formula since it is easier one. So we are going to calculate the time taken by the ball from reaching from this point to this point. After we are going to calculate the time from this point to this point. So first we are going to calculate time taken by the ball. Time taken by the ball to reach maximum height. To reach maximum height. To reach maximum height. That is nothing but what is the formula here? We can use this formula, can use it. So that V is equal to U plus GT. So therefore V is 0, U is 49 plus G is minus 9.8 into T. So that can be written as 9.8 T is equal to 49. Since it is minus, so if it comes to the LHS side, it is going to become plus. So 9.8 into 49. Therefore, T is equal to 49 divided by 9.8, which is equal to 5 seconds. Which is equal to how much? Which is equal to 5 seconds. That is nothing but it is the time taken by the ball to reach the maximum height. And it will be equal to the time taken by the ball to come to the ground again. That is nothing but if the ball is reaching it the maximum height in the 5 seconds. Then the ball again is going to take the time to reach the ground from this maximum height will be 5 seconds from there. So that 5 seconds is going upward direction, 5 seconds is coming downward direction, 5 plus 5 is equal to how much? It will be equal to 10 seconds. Therefore, the total time is, which is equal to the time taken. So I am going to write this in this side. So see here, total time is equal to time taken to reach maximum height, time taken to reach maximum height plus time taken to come back to the ground, time taken by the ball to come back to the ground from the maximum height. Come back to the ground from the maximum height. Right? From the maximum height. Maximum height. So which is equal to T is equal to, if you check here, time taken by to reach the maximum height is 5 seconds. Again to reach the ground is equal to 5 seconds. Therefore 5 plus 5 is equal to how much? It is equal to 10 seconds. So the total time is 10 seconds. Clear? So this is the answer for the question number 13. So the maximum height reached by which it rises is nothing but the total distance covered, which is equal to 122.5 meters. And the total time it takes to return to the surface of the earth, which is equal to how much? Which is equal to the 10 seconds. Right? So this is about the problem number 13. Now let us consider the question number 14. Right? So a stone is released from the top of the tower of height 19.6 meters. Calculate the final velocity just before touching the ground. So if you see here, this is a ground and this is the tower. Right? This is the tower. So then the tower has the height of the 19.6 meters. It has the 19.6 meters. From that tower, a object, a stone is released from the top of the tower from height 19.6 centimeters. So that the stone is going to fall towards the ground. The stone is going to fall towards the ground. So what you have to calculate? You have to calculate the final velocity at the point of the reaching. At this point, you have to calculate the final velocity of that stone, which is equal to question mark. Since height of the object or height of the tower is given, that is nothing but it is the total distance covered by the stone from the top of the tower to the ground. So this height is nothing but what? It is the total distance covered. And if you see here, in the previous problem what I told you, if we are releasing the stone from top of the tower, then the initial velocity of that stone u is equal to how much? It will be equal to 0. Since we are releasing, before releasing it will be equal to 0. So what we have to calculate? We have to calculate v is equal to ocean height. So first write down all the given data. So height of the tower, first height of the tower, which is nothing but the distance covered by this stone. It is nothing but what? It is the distance covered by this stone, right? Which is equal to h, which is equal to s, which is equal to how much? Which is equal to 19.6 meters, right? And the initial velocity of the stone, that is nothing but u is equal to 0, and the final velocity of the stone, that is nothing but v is equal to, we have to calculate it, therefore it's a question mark. And we know the acceleration due to gravity value. Acceleration due to gravity. Acceleration due to gravity which is equal to how much? Which is equal to 9.8 meter per second square. Or you can take 10 meter per second square for the purpose of each calculation. So these are the given data. We have to find out the v value. Now see here we have three formulas given. That is nothing but v equal to u plus gt. First formula. Second formula 2as equal to v square minus u square. And third formula is s equal to ut plus half gt square. Half gt square. See here, what are the given data here? We check all these formulas with the given data. S is given, S is present. G is we know, G is given here. Same manner we have to calculate B here. And U square, whatever the U square is given here, it is now unknown here. So which is given as 0. So that we are going to use this formula for the calculation of the final velocity. Therefore, 2as equal to v square minus u square. And we are taking the g value as positive since the object, that nothing but stone, is falling towards the ground. If the motion of the stone is towards the ground and the gravitation force is also towards the ground, for that reason acceleration due to gravity is taken as positive. Therefore 2as, 2 into 9.8 into s is equal to 19.6, which is equal to u v square minus u is nothing but 0 square, right? So therefore v square equal to, if you take v square into this side, v square is equal to what? Here there only. So 2 into 9.8 is equal to what? It is equal to 19.6 into 19.6. Therefore v square is equal to, if you check here, 19.6 into 19.6 is nothing but what? It is 19.6 square. So square get cancelled. V is equal to how much? It is equal to 96.6 meters per second. Therefore the final velocity is, of the stone, is 19.6. Is 19.6 meters per second. 19.6 meters per second. So this is the problem number 14. Now let us consider question number 15. A stone is thrown vertically upward with an initial velocity of 40 meter per second. Taking z as 10 meter per second square, find the maximum height reached by the stone. And what is the net displacement and total distance covered by the stone? So if you see here again, this is the surface of the ground. From the surface of the ground, a stone is thrown in the vertical direction up to this height with an initial velocity of 40 meters per second. Initial velocity of 40 meters per second. So it is going to reach its maximum height up to this point. So we have to calculate the maximum height reached by the stone after it is thrown vertically with an initial velocity of we have to calculate that thing. And then what we have to calculate? We have to calculate the net displacement and the total distance covered. Net displacement is nothing but the stone is thrown in the vertically in the upward direction. After reaching height, this height is going to come into its initial position. So after reaching its initial position, we have to calculate the net displacement at the initial position, as well as we have to calculate the total distance covered by that object after going in the upward direction again reaching the ground. So we have to calculate those two things. So see here what they are given here. They are given first given the initial velocity of the stone. So let us take this initial velocity of the stone. Initial velocity of the stone, which is nothing but u is equal to 40 meter per second. U is equal to 40 meter per second. In the same manner, final velocity of the stone, that is nothing but final velocity of the stone, that is nothing but v, which is equal to 0 meter per second. Why? After reaching the maximum height, here it is going to stop for some time. That is nothing but it is going to come into the rest position. It is coming into the rest position. Then the final velocity of that object will be how much? It will be equal to 0. So they are again given the acceleration due to gravity. Acceleration due to gravity. That is nothing but g, which is equal to 10 meter per second square. Since its value is 9.81 meter per second square, but in the problem statement itself they given that let us take the g as 10 meter per second square. So that we are going to take g as the 10 meter per second square. Now you can see here, if the object is or the stone is thrown in the vertically upward direction, if the gravitational force is acting in the downward direction, so it is acting opposite to the motion of the object or motion of the stone. So for that reason, we are going to take g as the negative value. So g is equal to minus 10 meter per second square. Right. So what we have to calculate? We have to calculate the maximum height reached. We have to calculate the maximum height reached by the stone. Maximum height reached by the stone. So that is nothing but h is equal to question mark. So that h is equal to nothing but it is s is equal to question mark. Again, what we have to calculate? We have to calculate net displacement. Net displacement, which is equal to question mark, and we have to calculate what? We have to calculate total distance covered. Total distance covered. That is equal to again question mark. Now see here. In the problem statement they are given a, they given g, they given v, they given u. They told us to calculate the maximum height reached. Again we have three formulas, that is nothing but v equal to u plus gt, 2gt equal to v square minus u square, and s is equal to 2gs is equal to nothing but 2gs half 2gh, s equal to ut plus half gt square. So see here, v is given, u is given, g we know that value of the g. We have to find out s, so that we are going to use this formula for the calculating the maximum height reached by the object. So therefore 2gs is equal to v square minus u square, right? So that is equal to 2 into minus 10 into s is equal to what is the value of v here, which is given as 0 square. So it will be 0 square minus what is the value of u here, it is minus 40 square. So that 2 into minus 10 is equal to how much? It is equal to minus 20 into s, that is nothing but s. So that we are going to take it as s only. 0 square means 0 minus what is the square of 40? That is nothing but 1600. So therefore take the unknown value one side and known value one side. So that minus 20s is equal to minus 1600. Minus minus get cancelled. 0 get cancelled. 2 ones are 2 80s are. Therefore s is equal to how much? It is equal to 80 meters. So that s is nothing but s is equal to h is equal to 80 meters. S is equal to h is equal to 80 meters. So that is nothing but the maximum height reached by the object is nothing but 80 meters. And the total net displacement of the stone, CM. If the stone is thrown in the upward direction, it is going to reach its maximum height. After reaching the maximum height, it is again going to fall in the same path, but in the opposite direction towards the ground. So it is again going to come to its initial position. If the stone is coming to its initial position, if there is no change in the positions, then what will be the displacement here? The displacement will be equal to 0. It will be equal to 0. First it is gone in the upward direction. After that, it is again fall to the same position. After reaching the side, it is again going to come to the same position. For that reason, the net displacement of the stone is equal to how much? It is equal to 0. Since it is falling to the same position. Since it is falling on same position, same initial position. Right. So again coming back to the same initial position. For that reason, we can say that the net displacement will be equal to 0. And see here, what will be the total distance covered? Distance covered while going in the upward direction divided plus distance covered while coming to the downward direction. So it will be equal to the 2 times of the height. It is going in the first in the upward direction, then again coming into the downward direction, and having the same path. Then it will be the 2 times of the height. So it will be equal to how much? It will be equal to 160 centimeters. So that total distance covered. So total distance covered will be equal to 2 times of the height. Why 2 times of the height? It is going to go in the travel in the same direction. First in the upward direction, then in the downward direction. So that it will be equal to 2 times the height. So 2 into 80, which is equal to 160 meters. So therefore the total distance covered is equal to how much? Which is equal to 160 meters. And the net displacement is equal to 0. And the maximum height reached by the stone is equal to how much? It is equal to 80 meters. So write those as the conclusion. So the maximum height reached is 80 meters. Net displacement is 0. And the total distance covered by the stone is equal to 160 meters. So this is about the problem number 15. So remaining problems we are going to discuss in the next class. Up to that point, thank you, take care, stay well, stay home.